Oh, Lordy, I don't want to be on the air. Call me back when you're done. Beans are ready. Let me know when you're hungry.
Beans are ready.
It takes a while to cook beans.
Not out of a can. All right, fire it up. Let's go.
Ready? All right, let me get a freshie.
Oh.
Here we go.
Are you just trying to navigate adulthood in a world that still expects you to have it all figured out? Welcome to This Is 50 with your hosts, Travis Holmes and Shayne McManus.
Shane,
Travis,
how are you?
great. How are you?
I'm doing good, actually. Doing good. I was doing all right this week, but I'm doing better now.
So you've upgraded from all right to good.
All right to good. Well, my wife went out of town. She had a business.
That's all you got to say. You're a free man.
No. Listen,
I bet you're not wearing pants right now, are you?
you can, yeah. If you're watching me on the video, I'm just sitting here in a t-shirt. Got my hair cut. You see that?
So no, well, I mean, looks like it always does. What's different?
Well, I got a mohawk. It's a mohawk.
Is that a mohawk?
Yeah, I got a mohawk. Anyways, so my wife went out of town.
Wait a minute. Wait. Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was drunk as hell. Wife out of town.
What's the thought process behind, first of all, wanting a mohawk, and then did you give it to yourself?
No, actually, my wife gave it to me before she left.
Okay.
Yeah, she cuts my hair.
If you did it yourself, I wanted a close up because I'm sure that shit's wonky as hell.
No, she did it. See in the back. You can see it's on the YouTube video here. So, anyways, my wife before she cut my hair before she left and went out of town, and so this is like one of those things. First time she's actually had to go into the office and work, because she works from home here, and she left for 5 days. She left Sunday, came back yesterday. So whatever the time schedule is on that. So I've been here by myself for the last 5 days, but I have to do all the work. I have to do all the horse chores and cleaning and stuff like that. But bachelor life is not what it cracks up to be. I mean, we live in the middle of nowhere. I got nowhere to go. It's not like I'm going to the local club or local bar or local restaurant. I'm stuck here at the house. I say stuck here, but I was thinking, what got me thinking about the whole thing was Jesus Christ. What my dad's going through right now is, my mom passed away a year and a half ago, and it's just, my dad's he has no rhythm or rhyme to his life, without my mom. And so I was sitting there as I'm, moving the horses around on the property. I'm like going, if Amy wasn't here, what would I be doing? What would I be doing if Amy was gone? She, heaven forbid, the plane crashed or something happened, an auto accident when she was in Minneapolis or whatever. If something happened to her, what would I be doing? I would have no idea what to do other than, you do the funeral arrangements. The property would have to go. I would have to sell the property. There's no way I can maintain, 20 some odd acres here with the horses and all the animals and stuff on it. I'd have to sell that. Okay. So that's out of the picture, or that's out of my life. What would I do after that at 50 some odd years old? What am I going to do? I mean, I do this, I do this podcast. I do several other podcasts, but I mean, I just sat there and I got kind of down on myself. I'm like, what would I do if my wife and not accidentally died, but I mean, accidentally died or died just in general.
Don't go there.
Okay. I'm not trying to bring.
That's a deep.
Seriously,
that's a deep hole you don't want to go down.
Well, I'm not trying to bring
yourself nuts.
Yeah, I'm not trying to bring everyone down in the beginning of the program because we got a lot to talk about here. But I mean, I just thought it was kind of like eye-opening, and this is the first time because she even said when she was out of town, she's like, I think I miss you. And I go, well, what do you mean you think you miss me? Because, because she says she's got her office downstairs and she's been downstairs. She's been working from home for the last 3 years and she's, on Zoom call meetings and she's got a very important job. And I'm always in there checking on her. Hey, can I get you anything? She's like, come on, I'm on a call. Can I get you anything? Do you need anything? And then when she's off her call, I can sit there and kind of cheer her up a little bit, make her a sandwich, make her lunch and all that stuff. And when she was gone, she texted me. She's like, hey, I think I miss you. I miss being around you, because she got so used to it. And then I got to thinking about, I'm used to being around her the whole entire time. And now if something was to happen, what would I do?
Well, I'm in the same boat, but you know, when my wife calls me, if she were to say, I think I miss you, and I'll be like, well, if you could see what I'm doing right now, you wouldn't.
Well, what were you going to be, or what would you be doing?
No, nothing naughty.
No, nothing.
I tend to, probably not shower for a few days, or
well, that's fine. I mean, that's a given.
Just be a bum. I like being a bum. All of my clothes are too big because I don't want them touching me. So I just put on my big fat people clothes and
your gray sweatpants and walk around the walk around the malls and stuff that are half closed down.
Well, you're dealing with a change in your routine, so you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Smoke weed or something.
Well, I wish I could. It was 420 the other day, and I saw everyone posting on Facebook, 420. I was like, oh, God almighty. Can North Carolina get on the boat, please? I know we're somewhat of a blue state for the most part, but Jesus Christ, let's get some weed out to some people out there. Maybe we'll all chill out for a while.
Yeah, but these people that are posting 420 crap, the people that smoke weed every day are like, what's the big deal? I'm doing this. Do they take 2 or 3 extra tokes or smoke an extra joint or something just because it's 420?
Well, it brings everyone together. It brings everyone in unison, kind of like St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day for the drunks.
Do you know the origin of the 420?
Oh, there are so many different variations. One, it's Hitler's birthday. 2, it was a code sign for relieving a... What?
I thought it was Bob Marley's birthday, but I've heard a couple of them.
No, it's Hitler's birthday. There was a code during World War II that 420 meant for everyone to guns down and not firing for whatever it was. I don't know. It was a bunch of different stuff. Half of the stuff I made up, so it doesn't matter.
Well, the one that I heard from the biggest pothead ever was that, school back in our day, I don't know what time they let out now, but, when we were in high school.
Like 11:30, I think.
But they let out, we went to school till 4:00 in the afternoon. So 4:20 was about the time that, all the potheads got out of class and got pulled off somewhere and gathered. So
right out there in the teacher's parking lot.
Yeah. That's kind of their time that they congregated to get high.
Yeah. There's a lot of different variations on that, but yeah. So I was just walking around, not to be depressed or anything. I was just kind of walking around. I was like going, if something ever happened to her, I was like going, this would all go away. Not that we couldn't afford it because, insurances and all that stuff everything would be taken care of. But then I'd be like, all right, let's say everything is paid for. I'm completely out of debt. I've got 22 acres. I've got the horses. I've got all the cattle and the chickens and everything, just the maintenance on the property. I'd be like, what do I do now? It's just me.
You two have no children, so you're going to live forever. Don't worry about it.
Well, outside of a freak accident, let's hope so.
Yeah.
All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back.
Gosh, Travis, that's sad.
Sorry. I didn't mean to bring you down.
Yeah, I didn't know you were getting all emotional on me.
No, man.
That's a natural thought, though.
Well, yeah, we can sit here and talk about all the funny, crazy stuff, but technically, it's kind of what you have to.
Well, it's because you're getting old. I would be more concerned about what she would do without you.
What she would do without me is she would take that life insurance policy and buy 5 more horses.
Yep, and get Alejandro to come in and help her.
This horse needs to be whipped a little bit more, Alejandro. Whip it harder. You okay, Shane? Don't fall out of your seat.
I'm trying to find somewhere to put my empty beer can. Do it.
So remember, speaking of 420, remember last week I said my first real kiss. The girl said my face was too small for my head. I actually reached out to her because I'm friends with her on Facebook.
Really?
I'm friends with her on Facebook, and I don't talk to her. I mean, I can count on one hand how many times I've talked to her since Facebook started. And I reached out to her. I said, hey, I was talking about this situation on the show. Can you refresh my memory? Do you remember this as I remember it? And she instant messaged me back. She's like, oh, my God, yeah. She listened to the show. She's like, oh, my God, yes, that's exactly what happened. We were wrestling, and then she said, but what I didn't tell you was I was high as hell. So I said, okay, well, that makes sense. She's like, oh, my God, I didn't realize it caused you a whole bunch of traumatic experience. She's like, no, your face is fine. Everything's perfect. And I said, okay, good. I can dodge that.
Is that why she kissed you? Because she was high, or that's why she thought your face was too small for your head?
She said she always had a crush on me, but the only thing that kept her from pursuing the relationship was that I was young. I was like 14. I was barely a freshman in high school, and she was being a senior, an outgoing senior. I'm an incoming freshman. And she's like, that's the only reason. She's like, you were just young. You were young. You were cute as a button, but you were just young. So there you go.
Everybody has a crush on you.
I know. So while what?
I don't know.
So
I'm still trying. I'm not recovered from your face is too small from your head.
Well, if you were high, I probably would be. Yeah. Maybe she had something in there.
I'm gonna try it one day.
Now,
see if everybody's face shrinks.
Well, who knows what's in the weed now?
True. Probably ketamine.
See, that's what I'm scared of, Shane. That's what I'm scared of. That's why I don't want to go the route that I was going to take. Wink.
Mm-hmm. Listen, there's only one way to solve that problem, and is grow it yourself. That could be a nice little side project for you.
Shane, I got enough fucking side projects. I got horse side projects. I got a garden I just got done doing. I've got an actual
There you go. You just solved your problem.
What?
Put it out in your garden.
It's out in the I got 4-year-old kids running through my garden. Well, not anymore because I got a motion sensor sprinkler, but still.
Okay, well, they're not going to run up and, pull your plants up and harvest them and dry them out and sell them on you. They're not going to know what they are.
Have you met a 4-year-old kid that doesn't like to stick his fingers in everything?
Have you met a high 4-year-old kid? Try it.
Not lately. Not in this country.
The parents may thank you. Just to calm them down a little bit. That's what I think you should do. You should try to grow your own.
Now
that way it's safe. It's safe that way. You don't have to worry about additives and preservatives and MSG and all that other crazy stuff.
Is there MSG in marijuana plants?
In the Chinese version, there is. Yes. No, I don't know. Maybe. Let me look it up. Let me look that up.
While you look it up, I was telling you that I had a motion censored sprinkler.
Yeah.
Have you seen those before?
No. Look, that's fancy stuff.
It's a sprinkler. We bought it on eBay or whatever, not eBay, Amazon. Because our chickens run loose on the property. So we got like 50 chickens that run around in flocks and stuff. And the corn's in the ground, so we don't need them scooping out the seeds, pecking and scratching and pecking. So it's about the size. Oh, I don't know how big it would be. Anyways, the sprinkler sits on top of it. It's got a motion sensor, just like a motion light. And what happens is if something goes in front of that motion, 30 feet out or whatever like that, it'll go and then stop. Just 5 seconds. And it scares whatever animals or whatever away. It was like $45. It was really cool.
So that's the purpose of it, is just to scare something away?
Yeah, keep them out of your garden and stuff. And meanwhile, the more animals that come in and it turns on, it waters your garden. Now we have a regular watering system and stuff, but agricultural talk here. But yeah, so keep the kids out of there too.
Let's just say that the animals that are coming in are thirsty.
Well, they can sit there for a little bit, but eventually the thirst will be quenched.
And then they're going to go away, and then they're going to go tell their other friends, hey, free water. Well, isn't water always free? For the animals anyway.
Right.
No MSG in weed, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It's only THC.
I think that's what you meant before, wasn't it?
No, I thought, like I said, I think the Chinese grown weed has MSG in it. Just gets you higher faster and then keeps you coming back.
Is that why they make you go chink eye?
Yeah, chink eye.
You know, when you get high, you're just like, oh man, I had so fucking high, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I've never heard it called chink eye before. My slant eye, but not chink eye. Yeah, I'm gonna get me some of those sprinklers. I'm gonna put about 3 or 4 of them up in the driveway, and as soon as my son pulls in, these things are gonna run him off.
So my wife was out of town, and part of her being out of town, it's just me and my dad. We're just hanging out here at the house. He's got his own side of the house. I've got my own side of the house. And I've got, Shane, do you have your own bathroom? Or do you guys share a bathroom?
No, we share one.
So you have the toilet that you use is the same toilet that she uses?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, in our house, yes, we have a Jack and Jill sink, and then we have a toilet in there.
We even share the same sink.
Do you really? You don't have a side-by-side sink?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're poor.
Well, if you go down the main hallway there, we have a half bath that's in there, and that's my wife's bathroom. It's on our side of the house, but that's my wife's bathroom. And then I have my toilet. And I always was brought up correctly that you always be, when there's girls in the house, what do you do when guys use the bathroom?
You drop the lid.
Do you drop both or just the ass ring?
The ass ring.
I drop them both.
Really?
I do. And
why? I mean,
in my bathroom, I drop both. And the reason why is because, I mean, you can go around in circles and fight about it. If I've got to pick it up to go to the bathroom, I'm going to put both of them down because when she comes in to use the bathroom, I want her to do some work too.
Okay.
I mean, it's fair. It is fair. I want her to see what it takes to put the lid, take the actual cover lid off, sit down, cop a squat, and then and she never puts the lid back down, which pisses me off, but pardon the pun.
Well, she's not going to. They never do. They bitch about the lid being up, but they never put it back up for you when they're finished. But here's what you do. Just don't flush. Just make her, if you want her to do some work, just don't flush.
How is that going to make her work, though?
She's going to have to push the handle down. I mean, it's something. She's going to have to think about it. She's going to have to physically push the handle down to flush it. So
my wife's
do something.
My wife's been out of town for a week, so I was in that habit, just Pavlov's dog again, you put the thing down, you put the thing up, you put the thing, and I said, you know what are you doing? You're the only one in the house. Leave it up.
I'm actually so sick of that women's argument, though. I'm so sick and tired of it.
Are you?
Yes, lid up, lid down. You know what I used to do when I was a kid?
Yes.
When I was, I'm trying to think of what my age range was, maybe 13 or 14, maybe a little bit older, but my mom would always bitch about me leaving the lid up. And I'm like, you can't walk into the bathroom and turn around and look down. Well, you come in and sit down and you fall into the toilet. Well, that's your fault. You need to turn around and look around. So what I would do was I would put the lid down for her. And then when I got finished, I'd go run my hand under the water spigot and sprinkle water all over the top of it.
Like you peed all over the seat?
Yeah.
Well, you say that. Oh, yeah, that's funny. Shane, my dad, who's currently living with me now, I was a little kid. I don't know what age you start peeing by yourself. 5, 6 years old, if you can stand up and hit the toilet. Mm-hmm. And we only had one bathroom in the house growing up, and the whole entire family shared it. And my dad, I was dressed, ready to go to school, went in there, went to the bathroom, accidentally peed on the seat. And my mom came out, went into the bathroom, came back out and said to my dad, hey, look, can you teach your boy not to pee on the seat for the girls?
Now he's your boy when he's doing something wrong.
Right. And so, you know what my dad did, being my dad, and I don't know if he was half drunk or whatever, 6 o'clock in the morning while I'm going to school, in my school clothes, made me sit on the seat with my school clothes on and twist around and clean the seat with my ass. And to say, okay, that's what it feels like. And I'm like, oh, now my pants are all wet. And he's like, all right, now go to school. And I'm like, I'm crying. And so did it one time. That was it. But yeah, so
that's a unique way to, I mean, some parents have really funny ways of teaching their kids, but
I don't know if
that's kind of genius.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's what I was going to say. I don't know if he was being mischievous about it, or if he was, being like hard, stern. This is what happens. This is what you need to do, or what he was doing.
Well, maybe your dad's smarter than you think he is.
Yeah, I don't know.
It worked. It worked, didn't it? You didn't. I mean, anytime you can shame your kids, that's usually what works best.
You're talking about my dad being smarter than me, and he will sit there in the kitchen and wash his hands in the kitchen sink, and then walk from the kitchen sink to our brand new stainless steel refrigerator. It's got the 2 doors, the 2 double doors and stuff, with his wet hands on the stainless steel, open the doors up and drip that water all over the front of the damn refrigerator. So now I got like teardrops and streaks and stuff all over, and I'm constantly cleaning it. You're telling me this man is smart by making me sit on the toilet seat to teach me a lesson?
Travis, I am so sorry you have to deal with that kind of shit. I mean, you need a hug, don't you?
I don't know what to do. Like
you got 99 problems.
Yeah, and if my wife left, I've had 100, 105.
If your life
not left, but passed away.
She's not going anywhere.
I know she's not. Not leave me, like physically leave me. I'm not in the sense that something happened to her.
I know you're gonna die first. That's just the way the world works.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I'll put up my GoFundMe now.
They're all just waiting on us to kick off for whatever reason or the other. They've already got their cruise scheduled and their vacation scheduled when. Okay,
honey, why do we keep getting these brochures for a Viking cruise through Alaska all the way up to?
Because you're getting close, buddy. Mm. You piss me off, and I'll speed it up.
All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Do you like my Mohawk, Shane?
I like your Mohawk.
She did a good job. It looks good, though, right? Yeah. Let me turn around for the back for the audience sitting in the back. There you go.
Yeah, that looks like maybe a Wednesday night Mohawk. If it had been Friday or Saturday, it'd probably been different.
But it's not like the razor thin Mohawk that everyone gets. It's the top of my crown all the way down the back. So
I think you know what I think you ought to do?
What's that?
Seriously, grow your hair out long.
Oh, I did. She does not like my hair long, and I've got nice. Really? I've got really nice long. Like when my hair gets long, I get these. I think she's jealous because I get these natural spirals, these curls in my hair as it gets long.
Mm.
I look like what's his name?
What's her name? What girl do you look like?
Well, I mean, Caitlyn Jenner's hair. You know how Caitlyn Jenner's hair kind of does that spiral? I know she gets it done, or it gets it. Bruce Jenner gets his hair done. I'm not giving into it. But it's got that natural spiral curl.
Well, okay. So you got the Mohawk, just whatever's left on the top, let that grow out, and then keep the sides shaved.
Hey, that's dedication, man. That's dedication. I like your hair cut though.
Well, my hair is just I can't stand it long. I used to, it was longer when I was younger, but then once you get in the military and they shave it down, you don't go back.
Well,
it's low maintenance. I mean, I'm telling you, and I don't go anywhere and get my hair cut. I do it myself. Just zip it.
Do you shave it bald, or why don't you do like a flat top or something?
I can't. Well, I don't have the precision for that. I don't have the. And the girl that I used to go to, I went to school with her. She would cut my hair, and I was like, "Hey, give me a flat top." She said, "I do not do flat tops." Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently, I mean, it's, people don't do those things. I have not seen anybody with a flat top in probably 20 years.
Well, I was just going to say, do you remember the football player? What was his name? Bosworth, who had that football player, and he, had that nice tight, it was blonde. Well, that was the big haircut in high school. The sad part was because of the shape of all the guys' heads in high school, some of them had that little point to the top. So they had that they would do the flat top, but when it came to the crown, there would be no hair there. So you got the flat top, the square part, all the way down, but the crown had no hair and it looked like a skid mark on top. There was no hair. I'm like, this looks stupid. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Body slam you. Dude, I'm bigger than half your freaking front line. Don't fuck with me in high school.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of weird to do that like that. Well, that's like a cross between a flat top and then the punk hairdo. You remember where they would do the Mohawk thing and then they would have really long hair in the middle and they would just, that stuff would be sticking up 15 feet in the air.
Like a fin.
Yeah. Well, thanks for bringing up Brian Bosworth.
You haven't heard that name in a while.
No kidding.
Well,
my father-in-law knows who he is for sure.
Well, there you go.
OU graduate.
Oh, what's OU?
That's the University of Oklahoma, the Sooners.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
That's where my wife's side of the family, every one of them went.
Oh, that's right. She's a Midwestern daughter.
Yes. She's smarter. They're all smarter. Remember, they're all smarter out there.
Are you familiar with a band called Ministry?
No.
No?
No.
I've
heard of the New Christie Minstrels.
On ice?
Are you familiar with them?
Is that an ice show at Disney?
Look them up.
I don't feel like typing right now. My fingers are busy.
Then tell me about the Ministries and then take my word for the other ones.
So the Ministry is this industrial heavy metal band.
Yep. I'm out.
And
I'm out.
They are they're if you like that industrial metal stuff. But they've been around since the dawn of MTV, because they were on MTV back in the day. So a good friend of mine, and I use that term loosely, he just happens to we just happen to went to the same high school, and he just happens to live here in North Carolina with me. And I'm like going, well, there you are. No, he's a good friend. I'm kidding. But he invited me. He said, hey, you want to go to the Ministry concert? They're playing down at the Fillmore over in Charlotte. I said,
no.
I said, well, first of all, this is the same guy who like 5 years ago just had his hip replaced.
Oh,
you're talking to a guy now that's dealing with sciatica nerve and 3 crushed vertebrae that I have to take pills and stuff for. He's asking me if I want to go to this industrial metal pit fest, mosh pit slam fest.
Yeah. Well, he feels better now. He wants to go crowd surfing.
It's going to be some small waves he's going to be surfing out there because, so he asked me if I would go to this Ministry. When's the last concert that you went to? Do you get like violent? Because I get into the mosh pits. I throw my fists around and not fists. We all have a good time. We're all friends out there. But when's the last like real concert you've been to?
Oh man, it was pretty violent. There was beer slung everywhere. Dead bodies laying everywhere. It was pretty intense. It was a Reba McEntire concert. You know how she is.
Were they dead bodies or were they actually just drunk white girls on Adderall?
Well, they started out that way, but then, by the end of the day, they were all dead. It was a violent concert, I'm telling you. Or maybe they were asleep. They were lulled to sleep by the...
Are you serious? You went to Reba McEntire? They weren't dead, though. They were just like... Were they passed out, drunk, or whatever?
Travis.
What?
I'm kidding.
See?
Have you ever been to a Reba concert? It's just like...
Now...
You're like sitting on the front porch.
I'm throwing a flag on the field, Shane, because don't forget what happened over there in Las Vegas. When you say I went to a Reba McEntire concert or you went to a country show and everyone was dead on the field. I thought that's where you're going, Shane. So I'm like going, do we really want to cross this bridge?
Okay,
You know, I'm like going, whoa, you're getting really dark, Shane.
Way to dig deep on that one. No, that's not where I was going. I was not talking about a sniper up in the up in the top of a building.
Yeah,
somewhere.
I'm like going, Jesus, Shane.
Yeah, sorry. I was just being stupid. It was a real snoozer.
Okay, so it's a snooze fest. Reba McEntire.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm just want to clear that up. You know, we've only got 16 people that listen to us at any given time, so I don't want to lose half of them.
Or up to 16?
Up to 16 and a half. There's a 4-year-old that listens to us.
Yeah, he's running around out in your garden dodging your water bullets.
Yeah. Again, Shane, with the bullets and the firing at Vegas.
Sorry, maybe I just need to shoot
You
something
are-
and get out of my system.
You are digging deep into this hole.
Sorry. Just
So-
need a little more beer.
So being 4-year-old, let's see. When do you start learning bad words? What age do you think bad words are?
That's a good question. What age was I able to comprehend what my father was saying?
Right. You dumb son of a bitch.
Yeah. 6.
6 years old or 6th grade?
6 years old.
Okay. And what grade is that? First,
Yeah,
that's first grade, second grade, somewhere around there?
That's no grade.
No, 6 years old? Yeah.
Kindergarten.
No.
I think it's kindergarten.
No. 4 and 5 is kindergarten. 5 and 6 is first grade, depending on what month you were born in. And then I know 12 years old is 5th grade because that's when I had my first girlfriend. Not my first girlfriend, but I started
Well,
talking.
you're in North Carolina, so we don't start our education until we're 12, 13. And then we're done by 14, 15. As soon as you learn how to wash a pig, you get your diploma.
It's awesome. Did you have a valedictorian?
Oh, whoa! Look out! Humor. Wah, wah, wah.
So I remember
Finish your thought, please.
so in I think it was 3rd grade when I knew what bad words were. And everyone I don't know if you remember in school, everyone was assigned like a dictionary. You got your school books but everyone had a dictionary by their desk or something like that. And me and my friend Gilbert, he was Spanish guy, I think. I don't know, he was brown. And we would sit there and look. I couldn't tell. I didn't know.
Wait a minute, maybe he just had a good tan.
No,
Why do you have to stereotype because he's brown?
he had thick, lush, gnarly brown, not black hair, brown hair, like coarse hair, and he had he had bushier eyebrows like caterpillars on his face, and he was dark. He was brown.
Sounds to me like you've been rolling in mud.
He might have been like from Cuba. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
I mean, I grew up in Florida.
I'll take that. Yeah. Cuba makes more sense.
Yeah. So we're looking up dirty words and, looking up damn. Damn. Oh, let's look up damn. How do you spell it? I don't know. How do you spell it? DAMN. And we're giggling. And then we're flipping through the dictionary. We're like going, oh, is ass in there? Yep. Found ass. Ass is in there. We're laughing, giggling in the back of the classroom, just dying. Teacher called us out in the middle of the class. What are you guys doing back there? What are you laughing about? Nothing. You want to look up some dirty words? Look up this one, DIRT. Look up that one. And we're like going, what? Dirt. That's not that literally is the word dirt. That's not a dirty word. So I was just one of those things where,
look, you know what this reminds me of?
what's that?
So if I was ever stricken with a disease, you know what disease, if I got to pick one, what it would be?
Hold on. Is it a terminal disease?
No.
Is it a contagious?
It's the coolest disease ever.
I was going to say, is it contagious?
It's it could be. It could be, but it's got to be the coolest. If I ever had to pick a disease,
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it would be?
Alcoholism.
No, already there. Try again.
Dyslexia.
No, you're way off base.
What?
If I had to go to the disease store and pick something out, I want to have Tourette's.
Do you?
Yes.
Why would you want Tourette's?
Because I can just cuss and say whatever I want to say, and everybody's like, oh, bless his heart, he's got Tourette's.
Well, you can do that now.
No, but you get a free pass if you have Tourette's, right? You can say whatever you want to say. All those little dirty words you were looking up, they're perfectly fine.
But you have to have a card, like what's the Joaquin Phoenix? A card that explains why you're cussing at someone's child. Because
there's no what, like here's a penalty card.
No.
Fuck you. Oh, here's my card.
Have you seen the movie with the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix? He has a disease where he laughs when he gets uncomfortable. He laughs, and he has a card that he hands out to people and say, "Hey, look, I'm not laughing at you. I have a disorder. When I get in uncomfortable situations, I laugh. I laugh uncontrollably. So I'm not laughing at you. This is just my body's reflex. If you had Tourette's at your age, especially now." And so you don't get shot in the head, you have to have a business card, a lot of them, because if you're wanting to sit there and say, I'm going to cuss all day long, you have to hand that out to everyone that's looking at you, filming you with their iPhones and their 3G network and stuff, handing them out to those people and say, look, I have Tourette's. This is what happens to me. Here's my card. I cuss constantly. Sorry, my bad. ShayneMcManus.com. Email me all your complaints.
Thanks for sucking all the wind out of my sails, motherfucker.
No,
Here's my card.
Yeah.
Take my card.
Here. You can cuss off. You can do that now, Shayne. You just have to understand the consequences.
I know but see, I don't want to have any consequences. I want to be able to cuss you out, and I want to call you whatever I want to be able to call you. And I want that to be okay. How do you make that okay? Tourette's.
Go to Walmart. Everyone's cussing at each other in there.
Oh, shit. Walmart. No, I mean, look, we live in a society of people that are pissed off. You can't say anything to anybody.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can say whatever you want.
You can if you're ready to fight.
Or stand your ground.
Or shoot.
No.
That's my preference. Now, I'm almost 50 years old. I'll be turning 50 this year.
Congratulations, Mazel Tov.
Yeah, well, I hadn't got there yet, but we'll see. I don't want to fight anymore. You piss me off, I'm just going to shoot you.
No, you can't, Shayne, you can't say that on the air. You could say it on the air, but
I said, if you piss me off, I'm just going to shoot you. I'm not going to fight you anymore. I'm too old for that. I'm too worn down and tired. I'm just going to shoot you, especially little whippersnapper millennial asses. I'm just going to shoot you.
All right. So you're saying that if someone,
wait, let me finish.
Go ahead.
If I had Tourette's, then I could cuss these people out and get away with it and it'd be fine. But apparently you say that I have to fan these little cussing cards out like I'm throwing dollar bills out at the strip club, right?
Right, because the people that are watching you cuss in the middle of their TikTok video is going to say, look at this crazy white guy cussing at us, and now he's got a gun, he's waving it in the air.
What if now we're back to the Reba concert.
Right.
No. What if I get a t-shirt made that says I have Tourette's?
You're going to end up on an episode of Murder and Coffee.
That's a great podcast, by the way. Have you heard that?
Yes, it's great. I know. I've heard it a couple times.
That's good. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd love. No, I don't want to be on.
You're going to be on it.
I love listening to it, but I do not want to be on there unless he does a Tourette's episode.
All right,
I'm in.
All right, guys, stick around. Short little break. We'll be right back.
Travis,
what? You got to take better.
We got a problem.
You got to take better control of your inventory, Shayne.
Oh my God, I'm out.
Run downstairs and get some.
No. Totally up. Damn.
You going to Knob Creek now?
No, I don't. I mean, I have no. I'm not drinking liquor anymore. Not doing it.
Well, good.
I'm trying to be healthy. Trying to be healthy. Next thing you know, next week, if I keep drinking, I'm gonna start telling bad dad jokes. Nobody wants that. All right, fire it up.
So we were talking about being fatter, getting fatter. You're trying to be healthier.
No.
You're not drinking liquor anymore?
No.
Well, what's the difference between drinking beer and drinking liquor? I mean, it's the same goddamn shit. It's the same complex. The components of what gets you drunk is the same thing. You're just drinking a little bit more, a little bit less of one or the other.
Well, it is, but my wife tells me I'm meaner when I drink liquor.
Yeah, see,
is that a thing?
It's a different.
Is that something that's real?
It's a different buzz. I can tell a difference if I drink like margarita, like if it's margarita night, you know, I'll end up. I'm the guy with the lampshade on the head. If I'm drinking beer, it's kind of like beer makes me focus. Believe it or not, makes me focus on mostly good stuff, but the little bad thing kind of sits in there and it kind of rubs me like a splinter.
I can't tell the difference. I mean, I don't know.
So
it's going to get you there faster, but
yeah,
I don't think that it makes me meaner. Alcohol is alcohol, no matter how you make it.
Depending on how quickly it absorbs into your system. So we have this studio that we broadcast out of. It's above our garage. I got a 3-car garage. It's 800 square foot. We finished it all out. We got drywall and AC and lights and all that stuff. And
by the way.
Thank you very much. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, and I've cut the room in half just because it's easier to AC this part of the studio, and then I've got a little doorway that goes into the other side of the studio.
Is that where you keep the mannequins?
No, actually, that's where I keep. I've got all my guitar stuff and my big equipment, big amps and speakers and stuff in there. But I was talking to my wife. I'm like, with you being out of town, I'm realizing now that all the steps, like when my wife and I had to do the chores on the property in the morning and in the afternoon, she's walking this direction and taking care of those chores, and I'm walking this direction and taking care of these chores. Now that she was gone, I'm walking my path of chores to take, and then I'm walking her path of chores. So I'm doing like double the steps, like if you had a pedometer and I was doing 5,000 steps, now I'm doing 10,000 steps or something like that. And I said to her,
you mad about that? Or
well, it just, I was going through this time where I was like thinking, what do I need to do to improve my life? If something ever happens to my wife and so on and so forth. And I said to my wife, because this is her first full day back here at home, and she's working in her office and she had a little break. And I said, babe, I've been thinking, we were talking about what we're going to have for dinner. I said, I gotta cut down on a lot of carbs. I know a lot of my friends, like to party like you and I do, Shane. We like to drink beer. We like to have a good time, but we have to make sure that we're eating something that's comparable for our weight and not drink or not eat, 16 hot dogs and 14 hamburgers and all this bread and French fries and dough and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I'd like to get into a low carb diet, or a lower carb diet, I should say.
Well, you got to decide where your calories are going to come from. Is it going to come from beer, or is it going to come from food?
Well, you do the whole calorie counting thing, and I do the whole carb counting thing.
Yeah, I'm right. You're wrong.
Exactly. So I said to my wife, I said, we got 22 acres here. I said, what's to stop me from walking a path? We got trail paths for the horses to ride and stuff like that. What's to keep me from walking up and down the paths and doing a couple laps here on the property, other than the neighbors would go, that guy's a weirdo walking around alone on his property.
Well, as long as you got your clothes on, right? You should be fine.
Yeah, I keep the bottom halves on. And then I said to myself, well, if I go to the gym, we have a Planet Fitness. You ever been to Planet Fitness?
No, I've not. No.
Okay.
I know how it works, but I haven't been.
So it's like $10. You can, go as many times as you want. It's open all day long, yada, yada, yada. But it is, because where we're living, it's a 25-minute drive to get to Planet Fitness.
Yeah, and I would out in the sticks out there.
Yeah. So it's like 25-minute drive there. hour workout and then 25 minutes. I would have to dedicate almost a full 2 hours to just working out to only get, yeah, exactly, Shane. I know you're shaking your head. Exactly. So you know what my wife said to me, and not for nothing, she does have good ideas, and sometimes I'm like, well, that's not going to work and stuff. She's like, well, what do you work on? What do you do at Planet Fitness? I said, well, I walk on the treadmill, usually about 20, 25 minutes, or walk, run, jog, whatever you want, a combination thereof. And I said, I like to do the pull downs. I like to do like the rows for my back because my back's in poor shape anyways, and maybe a bench press and a couple curls and stuff. As far as my legs, I can do squats or whatever, but not like heavy weights. She's like, why don't you buy some used equipment and have it on that side of the studio? You're not using that side of the studio. I said, well, not really. She's like, it's AC. There's lights. You can put a TV up there, have a Chiron going on. And, she's like, I would go up there in the studio not in the studio, but the other side, the gym side of the studio, and run on the treadmill and do all that stuff. And we have it all here on the property. I didn't want to have it on the back porch and look like the friggin' redneck neighbors down the road and stuff. I wanted to have it secluded. So
she's right.
Well, I know, and the light bulb went off, and I'm like going, oh, Jesus. So then you get into, like, Marketplace, and you're, like, looking at Marketplace and going, all right, who can I trust? Who can I trust to find and buy something, some kind of used equipment to bring up here to the studio? But
well, what are you going to do with the guitar stuff that's in there?
It doesn't take up that much room. I mean, I could put it all on one side of the room and still have, like, a treadmill. And the thing that's got 4 sides on it where you can do the lat pull down and then go to the next side of the machine. It's like, 4 different sides of different workout things on it.
Well, look, I've got a suggestion for you, and you can argue this if you want to.
I will.
Anybody else can argue it too, but there's one exercise that you can do that will help you lose weight. That'll help you strengthen your back. It doesn't take up much room. It's like the perfect thing. Just get a deadlift regimen going. Nothing but deadlifts. You don't have to do anything else. You know what a deadlift is, right?
Are you talking about where I bend over, pick up a bar, bring it up to my waist, bring it up to my chest, and then bring it up over my head?
No. That's a clean and jerk.
Okay.
So this deadlift is you squat. You gotta have good form. Mm-hmm. So you squat down, you pull it up to your waist, and then you throw your shoulders back.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
And then you put it, then you come bend at the waist with proper form, and then put it back down on the ground.
That's my problem. That's my problem. I understand that completely, but if you're watching the video here, if this is my spine, I cannot do this movement.
You don't have to. No. See, that's bad form. You want to keep your back straight up and down. So you're doing it all with your legs. So here's the concept behind it.
Are you going to stand up and show me?
No, because then I'll hurt my back if I stand up.
As the man's telling me to do this.
Yes. Well, I need to start doing the same thing. This is what I'm going to start working on.
All right.
Just this deadlift. So if you want to lose weight, you have to work the largest muscle in your body, which is what?
I do it every morning, baby.
Now hold on. Don't go to the gutter. Don't go to the gutter. It's your thigh muscles.
Oh, I thought it was your skin. That's your largest organ.
That's the largest organ.
Sorry. I get the two confused.
Okay, yeah, well, so
my thigh muscles.
You just totally made me lose my train of thought.
So I got to work the largest muscle, which is my thigh muscles.
Your thigh muscles, yes. So that, if you will just do, like, get online and find a deadlift regimen, like reps and sets, and do that 3 to 4 times a week. That's all you need to do. Wear a weightlifting belt and use proper form so you don't hurt your back. It's all legs. I guarantee you do that for 3 months, you'll be in the best shape of your life.
So even
at your age. Even at your age.
So there's a good friend of mine on Facebook, and I follow him all the time, and he has been dealing with issues, like personal issues and stuff, and I've been watching his career. Not necessarily climb, it's not a career, but what he was doing was he got tired of being fat, kind of like us. And his name's Shayne.
No.
No, I'm not. Sorry. His name's Sean. I forget his name. I'll make it up here in a minute. But what he's been doing is he was out in the garage and he would do burpees. Like he started out his YouTube channel a year and a half ago. He was doing burpees, and he'd go up, he'd go down, up, and you saw he had a little punch, little dad bod, and now his YouTube channel, and that's all he does. He does burpees. He does everything is like basically using his weight for him. Like he'll do like a medicine ball. He'll pick a medicine ball up and slam it on the ground. He'll pick the medicine ball back up and slam it on the ground. He does all these videos, and I've watched his progression, and I tried it, and I cannot do a burpee. I would have to, I would go down, and then it would be like one leg up here, and then trying to stand up. Mm-hmm. And he just uses his own weight for endorsement.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm really good at burpees. Chug a beer.
Right.
Now, the burpees, that's like a full body work. You can do like a kettlebell kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Or just something that involves one movement that involves lower, upper, or lower, middle, and upper. And you can do a repetitive thing with that, and you're gonna get more results that way. But like right now, I got like joint issues and joint pain, and I don't know what it's from. I don't know if it's, but the older I've gotten, my gosh, I mean, it's like I'm almost wondering if it's like arthritis or something.
Well, one thing so
burpees are tough. Burpees are really hard.
Yeah, I know. And then one of the things that I read as far as my back and the issues and stuff, I notice if I turn tie one on one night and sit up here in the studio and editing and stuff, the next morning I could feel pain in my lower back. And what alcohol does is tell your brain is, if you're like completely dead sober, your brain is feeding not endorphins, but stuff to the pain receptors in your back. So for example, it says that your back's in pain. It's sending all the cavalry to your back. If you drink alcohol, it tells your brain, hey, we don't need the cavalry right now. His back's fine, and your back physically feels fine. And then the next morning, you're like going, man, my back really doesn't feel good today because the alcohol has tricked your brain saying, hey, no. Yeah. We don't have to fix that. Let's go over here and party for a little bit. And that's what I'm running into.
Yeah, that is so funny. Like my father-in-law's been having some back issues for like the past month, and he can't, finally went to the doctor to figure it out. And it ended up being, some kidney issues that he's working through right now. But he was like, he called one day and he's like, I've been having all this back pain. I'm going to try your method. So he started drinking liquor. Mm-hmm. And, we were on the phone with him, and, we were trying to sit out back, and, had him on the speakerphone, and, he was getting a little bit deeper into, a couple of drinks in. He's like, I think my back is feeling a lot better.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
But, talk to me the next day.
Right. And then the next day you're like going, oh, man, did I sleep wrong or did I do something wrong? And no, the actual article, I forget what the title was. It says that alcohol tells your brain, hey, stop sending the cavalry down to your back to fix stuff. Mm-hmm. Let's do something else with that cavalry.
I think the next day he probably ended up in the ER. If I'm not mistaken, or maybe a couple of days later. But
so anyway, so I'm hoping we'll get the gym up here and running here in the next couple of weeks. So we'll keep everyone up to date on that. So,
well, trust me. Start out with the deadlifts. Just get you a deadlift regimen going. Might jack around with your knees a little bit, but you'll feel much better.
I think I'll start with the kettlebells too, maybe.
Well, yeah, and if it makes you feel better, you can get you a deadlift bar and put beer kegs on each end of it.
Hey. And coming up for the Norwegian team, Hans Franz Lachenstein,
Hans Franz Lowenbrau.
Put the kegs down.
You remember Lowenbrau beer?
Yeah.
Oh, where did that go?
No, I think that was one of the first beers I bought illegally.
Jeez. Well, I don't know what happened to it. I haven't seen it in a while. That little funky little lion doing his little weird little hands.
I think poor management. They cashed out. So my main thing is I want to be able to get a little bit back in shape and get back on the basketball court. So that's what I'm trying to do. So
What is the basketball?
remember we were doing a 3-on-3 basketball court here in our Carolina area. There was a 3-on-3 tournament. There's a big basketball thing. I'm just trying to get in shape, Shane. I'm just trying to get out of this chair that I sit in for 25 some odd hours, if not 50 hours a week, and get myself stretched out and stuff.
Well, our biggest problem.
Yes, it's this guy that I'm gonna get ready to kiss
Sticking it
right
up to
now.
your lips right now. Yeah, you're putting that up to your lips right now, and the beer.
Exactly. All right, Shane. Anything else before I let you go?
Were you going to drink more beer this weekend? Are you going to?
Yeah,
drink beer, or are you going to try to exercise?
Well, my wife's home, so I'm going to drink beer.
I think you've got a hang up with your wife being back home.
No, why?
It's like because you're talking about. I mean, do we need to be concerned about the duct tape and rope that you bought?
No, she's been traveling for less, 5 days or so, and working 13-hour shifts. So,
Well, it's hard when you got a kept man at home, where his biggest worry is, do I exercise or drink beer?
but I can do both. I've done it before. I can do it again.
Well, you're a seasoned veteran.
I am. I'm a trained professional.
Yes.
All right, Shannon, we'll let you go.
All righty.
All right.
See you. Bye.
Bye.